mom's a soldier. You can look at my life and you can choose to live yours differently. I will respect it. Fuck, I'll cheer that decision.
Looks like we finally got what we were hoping for. Zoe Saldaña has hinted that Special Ops Lioness is getting a Season 3 and possibly more. Here's a rundown of everything we know about the show's upcoming season so far. Let's kick things off with some exciting news about Lioness Season 3. Zoe Saldaña, who stars in the show, recently shared some great updates on its future. Created by Taylor Sheridan, the show follows Saldaña's character Joe, a CIA officer in charge of a top-secret program that sends women undercover behind enemy lines. The first season was a big hit in 2023, and now Season 2 is underway, proving to be a success both with critics and viewers. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Saldaña revealed that she signed on for at least 3 seasons of Lioness. While she didn't confirm if there will be a Season 4, she did express how rewarding the experience has been, which is a good sign for the show's future. Here's what she said. "I wish I had more room in my life. I signed up for 3 seasons at least, so I do have a contractual commitment, but Lioness isn't just about that. It's been an amazing journey that lets me work with a filmmaker like Taylor Sheridan, who has this unique, off-the-grid cowboy style. It's either something you get or you don't, but it's definitely been an exciting ride." So what does Zoe Saldaña's update mean for Season 3? Despite Taylor Sheridan being incredibly busy overseeing the Yellowstone universe and creating new shows like Tulsa King, there was only about a year between the end of Season 1 and the start of Season 2. While TV shows these days often have gaps of 2 years or more between seasons, Lioness seems to be sticking to a quicker pace. With Saldaña's comment, it seems likely that Season 3 could drop around fall 2025. Saldaña didn't give any clues about where the story will go in Season 3, but the introduction of Genesis Rodriguez's character Josefina Carrillo in Season 2 hints that we might see a similar pattern. Joe could be taking on a new mission with another recruit. Of course, with Leisla de Oliveira's Cruz Manuelos returning in Season 2, it's also possible that Carrillo could continue her journey in future seasons. It's almost certain that Lioness will get a Season 3, but whether there will be a Season 4 depends on how well audiences respond to the next season. Given the success of the show so far, it's not just likely that Season 4 will happen, but there's also potential for a spin-off. While that hasn't been officially discussed yet, Sheridan's track record with expanding the Yellowstone universe with shows like 1883 and 1923 makes it a real possibility that he could do the same with Lioness. While it's hard to predict exactly what'll happen in Lioness Season 3, Season 2 sets up plenty of potential for the show's future. A new threat has emerged, challenging Joe not only as a leader, but also straining her already difficult relationship with her CIA superiors. This tension will likely continue into Season 3, as Joe's growing frustrations with the program could pull her even further away from what she thought Lioness was meant to be. If her second recruit doesn't work out, it might even push Joe to leave the program for good. This kind of conflict could be the perfect formula for the show moving forward. Lioness could continue introducing new challenges each season while also diving into the political dynamics behind the scenes of the program. While Season 3 is still up in the air, there's a lot of room for the series to explore different directions. Season 2 Episode 6 marks a pivotal moment as the stakes continue to rise, bringing with it a massive cover-up and heightened tension across the board. At the end of Episode 5, Joe and her team attempt to intercept child smugglers, but things quickly spiral when one of the smugglers detonates an explosion, leaving Joe in a daze. The fallout from this failure sets the tone for Episode 6, where Joe and her team are forced to navigate both the consequences of the operation and internal conflicts within the CIA. The episode opens with Joe and her team grappling with the aftermath of the mission gone wrong. Bobby questions Joe about her next move, and Joe explains that they have to lie to cover their tracks, using FBI credentials to keep the intel secure. The deeper question, however, is whether the children they tried to save would have survived had they not attempted the rescue, an uncomfortable reality Joe is left to face. Meanwhile, Josefina is dealing with her own personal struggles back at Pablo's house, where she and Cruz bond over shared childhood memories while facing the harsh truth about Pablo. The real drama unfolds when Josefina confronts Pablo, revealing that the CIA knows everything about his operations. This sparks a violent confrontation, with Pablo slapping Josefina and becoming increasingly hostile as the team moves in to interrogate him. A critical moment occurs when they discover that the housekeeper, who had been working for Pablo, is wearing a wire. It becomes clear that someone within the CIA has compromised the mission. Joe, meanwhile, is injured in the chaos, sustaining a severe abdomen wound. The tension mounts as Caitlin scrambles to reroute her flight to help Joe, but with little time left, the situation becomes life-threatening for the team leader. Back on the ground, the Lioness team begins to suspect a mole within their ranks, which puts everyone on edge. Their primary target is the special agent who provided Joe with the intel, and they waste no time in interrogating him. It's clear that the operation is falling apart, both from external forces like the Mexican cartel and internal betrayals. As the episode progresses, the team's discovery of a mole inside the CIA puts their mission in jeopardy, with the CIA now distancing itself from the operation. With Joe's life hanging in the balance and the cover-up growing deeper, the question becomes, can the Lioness team hold it together long enough to uncover the truth, or will they be torn apart by betrayal? In true Taylor Sheridan fashion, this episode is steeped in moral ambiguity as the team faces the consequences of their actions in a high-stakes game of espionage. The episode highlights the fine line between national security and personal loyalty, while also suggesting that Pablo's true danger might be far greater than initially perceived. The tension is palpable as the team begins to question their own allegiances and whether they can continue to trust those around them. Lioness continues to unfold as a gripping political thriller, with the characters' moral compasses being tested at every turn. As the cover-up deepens and the CIA's involvement becomes murkier, the stage is set for an explosive continuation of the season. With so many twists and betrayals, the show keeps its viewers on edge, eager to see where this web of lies and deception will ultimately lead. It's no secret that Taylor Sheridan's role in Lioness is huge. He's the creator, executive producer, showrunner, writer, and director. But in Season 2, his involvement seems even more significant. Sheridan has already made a name for himself with shows like Yellowstone and Mayor of Kingstown, and Lioness is just another big hit for him. Given how successful the show has been, it makes sense that he got more hands-on with the production of Season 2. One interesting change in Lioness is the title shift, from Special Ops Lioness in Season 1 to just Lioness in Season 2. The show's stellar cast includes Zoe Saldaña, Leisla de Oliveira, Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman, and more. But in Season 2, there's one more name to add to the list: Taylor Sheridan himself. In the first 2 episodes of Season 2, Sheridan plays Cody Spears, a soldier who's part of a mission to rescue Congresswoman Hernandez from the Los Tigres cartel after her family is killed and she's kidnapped. Sheridan's character Cody helps successfully bring her back to the U.S., though one of his men dies during the mission when they crash their car into the Rio Grande. Cody appears again briefly in Episode 2 when he joins Joe's Quick Reaction Force team, but he soon leaves for another mission. It's unclear whether Sheridan will show up again in Season 3, as his role in these first 2 episodes might be his only screen time, especially with how busy he is behind the scenes as the writer and director. Still, with 6 episodes left in the season, there's always a chance for a cameo. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.